He's an enigma, a force of nature that seemingly appears out of nowhere and takes the wrestling world by storm. Underneath a mask that hides his identity but cranks his mystique up to 11, he's known only as the Phantom. In the ring, he's a total blur of high-risk moves and punishing power, a specter haunting the WWE roster from the moment he arrives. He's untouchable, he's undefeated, and he's on a rocket ship straight to the top. Fans are completely captivated, chanting his name, buying his merch, and desperate to know is the man behind the mask. He captures the prestigious Intercontinental Championship in what feels like record time, proof of his undeniable talent and the powerful illusion he's created. 2 million. He's a hero. Now, it's important to state that the specific story of the Phantom, Alex Carter, and Ethan Cross is a work of fiction as of July 2025. There's no record of this exact storyline playing out in WWE, but it's a story so good, so real, that it should have happened. It's a perfect what-if scenario built from the very fabric of professional wrestling. Imagine this is the story of how a single secret, blown wide open for the world to see, brings a titan of the ring crashing down to earth. A story of betrayal, family, and the shattering of an illusion that would leave millions of fans questioning everything they thought they knew. This would be the tragic downfall of the Phantom. Number 1. The Ascent of a Ghost. To understand how it would all come crashing down, you first have to understand the phenomenon. The Phantom wasn't just another wrestler. He was an event. The second his haunting entrance music hit the arena speakers, you could feel the energy shift. The lights would dim. A single spotlight would find him at the top of the ramp, and for a few seconds, time would just stand still. He never spoke. He never played to the crowd. His actions did all the talking. His debut would be on an episode of Monday Night Raw completely unannounced, leaving commentators scrambling in the middle of a match. The lights flicker, and when they come back on, the Phantom is standing between 2 stunned competitors. What comes next is just systematic, beautiful destruction. He moves with a grace that just defies his size, hitting a breathtaking finisher nobody has ever seen before, a spinning inverted Samoan drop that the announcers later dubbed the Spectral Drop. He lays out both men, places one foot on the victor's chest, and vanishes as the lights go out again. You can just imagine the internet wrestling community exploding. Who is this guy? The speculation would be rampant. Is he a returning legend in a new gimmick? A hot indie prospect? The mystery is the marketing. And WWE, for its part, would stay completely silent, letting the myth grow on its own. Week after week, the Phantom appears, targeting bigger and bigger names. He dismantles brawlers, outflies high flyers, and out-wrestles technicians. His silence is his strength. It stops opponents from getting in his head, and it lets the fans project their own hopes onto him. He's a blank slate for greatness. This quiet, masked persona quickly makes him one of the most beloved figures in the company. His rise culminates in a match for the Intercontinental Championship. His opponent is a cocky, established champion who's dismissed the Phantom as a flash in the pan. The match is a masterpiece. The champion tries every dirty trick in the book, trying to get that mask off, to expose improvvisasta man. But the Phantom endures. After a grueling 20, minute classic, he hits the spectral drop and gets the 1, 2, 3. Holding the title high above his head, bathed in the cheers of a sold-out arena, the Phantom has reached the top. He's a champion, a fan favorite, and the biggest mystery in wrestling. It's a perfect moment, but perfection never lasts long. Number 2. The Veterans. Thou, while the Phantom's star is rising, a grizzled veteran is watching from the locker room. That man is Ethan Cross. Cross is a wrestler's wrestler, a 20-year vet respected for his in-ring IQ and his brutal honesty. He's not a multi-time world champion, but he's the gatekeeper, the guy you have to get through to prove you belong. He's seen Phenoms come and go, and something about the Phantom just doesn't sit right with him. It isn't jealousy. It's a sense of unease. He sees a flicker of a past. He thinks he recognizes. Cross starts his campaign not with a fist, but with words. On Raw, he grabs a mic and cuts a promo that sends a chill through the arena. You'll cheer for this ghost, he'd start, his voice low and intense. You'll buy his mask. You chant his name. You'll see a hero. I see a lie. I see a man hiding from his past, hiding from his failures. A mask can cover a face, but it can't cover a man's soul. The promos get more pointed every week. Cross never attacks the Phantom. His assault is purely psychological. He drops little hints, breadcrumbs of information that mean nothing to the audience, but are clearly designed to get under the champion's skin. I remember a young kid, Cross says one night, staring into the camera, full of talent, but full of something else, too. Full of demon! A kid who was given the keys to the kingdom and threw it all away. Sound familiar? The Phantom stays stoic and silent, refusing to acknowledge him. But you can tell the veteran's words are starting to work. For the first time, you see a hint of vulnerability, a slight hesitation before a big move, a glance towards the entrance ramp. The armor is starting to crack. Cross finally lays down the ultimate challenge for a major pay. You and me for that Intercontinental Championship, he declares. But I don't just want your title. I want your secret. When I beat you, I'll expose you for who and what you really are. Right there in the middle of that ring. The match is set. It's more than a title defense. It's a battle for the Phantom's very existence. Number 3. The Unmasked. The night of the pay-per-view arrives, and the anticipation is thick enough to cut with a knife. The match is a brutal, dramatic clash of styles. The Phantom's spectacular offense against the grounded, punishing attack of Ethan Cross for nearly 30 minutes. They tell a violent story. Cross relentlessly goes after the Phantom's mask, not just to remove it, but as a form of psychological torture. The Phantom fights back with the heart of a champion, enduring the punishment and wowing the crowd. The end of the match is pure chaos. The Phantom goes to the top rope, ready to end it. But as he leaps, Cross catches him in midair, transitioning right into a debilitating submission hold. The Phantom fights, crawling toward the ropes, his fingers inches from breaking the hold. But then Cross does the unthinkable. While still applying pressure, he uses his free hand and violently rips at the back of the Phantom's mask. The laces tear. The fabric gives way. And just as the ref checks the Phantom's arm for the third time, the mask comes off. It falls to the mat. A stunned, deafening silence falls over the arena. The roar of thousands of people just evaporates, replaced by a collective gasp. For the first time, the world sees the face of the Phantom. He's a man named Alex Carter. The name would echo in the minds of die-hard fans. Alex Carter, a highly touted prospect from 5 years ago. A guy who was on the same fast track to greatness before he was suddenly released from his WWE contract for violating the company's talent wellness program. As an exposed Alex Carter lays on the mat, Cross lets go of the hold. His work is done. He grabs a microphone, his chest heaving. "Look!" he screams, pointing at Carter. "This is your hero! This isn't a fandom. This is Alex Carter, a man who was given every opportunity and threw it all away because he couldn't control his demons. He didn't earn a second chance. He stole it. He hid behind a mask because he was too ashamed to show his real face. The promo is brutal and personal. Cross lays it to bear. Carter's past struggles, his firing, and the disgrace that followed. He paints Carter not as a redeemed man, but as a coward and a fraud. The illusion is shattered. In the middle of the ring, Alex Carter is no longer a mysterious phenom. He's just a man, stripped bare, with the ghosts of his past staring him right in the face. Number 4, the aftermath and the divided kingdom. The fallout from an unmasking like this would be immediate and seismic. The live crowd would be in shock, not sure how to react. Some would boo, feeling betrayed, like they'd been tricked into cheering for a lie. Others might start a supportive chant of Alex Carter, seeing a man who fought his way back from rock bottom. The WWE universe would be fractured right down the middle. Social media would become a war zone. You'd see hashtag Phantom Exposed and hashtag ISD, and with Carter trending worldwide, the debate would rage. Is Alex Carter a hero who deserves a second chance, or a charlatan who made a mockery of the fans' trust? The genius of a storyline like this is that it taps into very real, complex emotions. The next night on Raw, the atmosphere is electric. On-screen authority figures call Alex Carter to the ring. They talk about the integrity of the company and the seriousness of the wellness program, threatening to strip him of the championship and terminate his contract all over again. Stripped of his mask and his mystique, Alex Carter stands in the ring, vulnerable, with a microphone in his hand. For the first time, The world hears his voice. And it isn't the booming voice of a superhero, but the raw, trembling words of a man fighting for his life. He doesn't make excuses. He owns his past. He talks about his addiction, the shame of being fired, and the long road to sobriety. He talks about creating a phantom persona not to deceive people, but to escape the failure that was Alex Carter. That mask, he'd say, his voice cracking. It was for me. It was the only way I could look in the mirror without hating the man I saw. But now the mask is gone, and all that's left is me. And I'm asking all of you for a second chance. It's a promo that would feel real, painful, and deeply human. A speech like that could turn the tide of fan opinion firmly in his favor. They would no longer be cheering for a gimmick. They'd be cheering for a man's redemption. The story is no longer about a masked hero. It's about the universal struggle to overcome your past. Number 5. Resolution and legacy. The legacy of a character like the Phantom would be a complex one. As a masked character, he was a perfect illusion, a vessel for the fans' desire for a pure, uncomplicated hero. His unmasking, however, would destroy that illusion and replace it with something far more powerful. A messy, uncomfortable, and deeply compelling reality. In the weeks following his emotional plea, you could imagine WWE management bowing to overwhelming fan support, allowing Alex Carter to keep his championship. This would kick off a new chapter in his career, true redemption arc, where he had to fight not just his opponents, but the shadows of his own past. His feud with Ethan Cross would continue, now filled with a raw, personal hatred that felt all too real. The story of the Phantom and Alex Carter serves as a powerful commentary on identity and forgiveness. It's a reminder that behind the larger-than-life characters, there are human beings. The shattering of the illusion wouldn't have ruined a career. It would have created a legend. Was the destruction of the secret the very thing needed to forge a true, lasting connection with the audience? The unmasking of the Phantom wasn't the end of a career. It was the violent, shocking, and ultimately beautiful birth of Alex Carter's legacy. What do you think of this what-if scenario? Would this have been one of the greatest storylines in modern wrestling? Was Ethan Cross right to expose him, or did he go too far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. In the end, the tale of the Phantom is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most compelling stories aren't about flawless superheroes, but about real people fighting for redemption. It's about what happens when the mask comes off, and the truth, in all its painful glory, is laid bare for the world to see.